I know the Spirit is making a way every day. I know the Spirit is making a way every day. Is making a way for me and for you. It goes before you. It'll see you through. I know the Spirit is making a way every day. The Spirit goes before you. Make easy your way. It will see you through every hour of the day. I know the Spirit is making a way every day. Oh, it is so, and so it is. It is so, and so it is. I know the Spirit is making a way every day. Yes.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, I think so. I think the Spirit is definitely making his way into here.
Yes.
Thank you. So good morning.
Morning.
So, a nun and a priest on their way to, of course, a conference, and they have a flat tire. Of course, it's one of those nights that's really rainy and horrible, and there's only, like the Joseph and Mary evening, there's only one room in the inn. So they look at each other and they're like, well, yeah, and they're like, okay, it's okay. As long as there's two beds, we're good. So they get all settled and everything, and they get in their beds, and a little while, the nun says, I'm cold. And the priest says, well, I'll get you a blanket. So he gets her a blanket, covers her up. 10 minutes later, Father, I'm cold. I'm really cold. And he says, okay. So he goes, gets another blanket and puts it on her. And she goes, well, Father, I'm really cold. And he goes, gets another blanket. And of course, she's like sitting there, and all of a sudden he says, you know, if we were married, you'd be getting your own darn blanket. And okay. So, sometimes, but okay. So, oh, and by the way, if y'all ever have some jokes you want to share, just bring them. Trust me. 52 jokes a year is a little hard to come up with sometimes. Anyway. So, good morning.
Good morning.
I want to talk to you all about unity. And I'm not talking our beautiful spiritual friends across the road. What I'm talking about is that amazing thing that occurs with us and God. It's called unified, it's called unity, it's called the one, it's called that wonderful, amazing relationship that we have with God. Now, I know you all come from different areas of your life. I know some of you are recovering Catholics. Some of you, have come from, different other things and experiences, and some of you might even just be here because you're mad at God. We do that, We get mad at God, and we say, fine, if you're not going to give me what I want, or you're not going to do what I want to do, well then fine, I'm just going to take my marbles and I'm going somewhere else, and I'm just going to forget about you all. Because you don't exist. And the wonderful thing is, sometimes we call that atheism. I don't believe in God. Have you ever thought about this? When you deny something, you actually believe in it. So when an individual, and then it's kind of funny, somebody says, well, I'm an atheist. I'm like, okay, that's good, that's great. And it's funny because it's like they want to do the shock value thing with the minister. And all I can do is say, I love you.
Yes.
Because I know right where you are, God is. And what that says is that you have to deny something. When you believe in something so much that you have to deny it, you still believe in it. Right? So, what I know for each one of you is that God is present. God is always where you are. That's all God can ever be.
Yes.
Because God is the great beyond. We call ourselves Science of Mind, Unity, Christian Science, Divine Science, and everybody kind of goes, what's this science thing? Well, okay, here we go. In science, you have a hypothesis, right? Something that an educated guess, something that you're working on to prove. And you know what God does in our lives every single day? It proves that it exists. It shows us every single day that I love you. I want to give you this. I'm showing up for you. When you say, hey, guy, something in my world isn't working right, I'm right there. I'm just waiting. I have this magnet on my refrigerator that says, let go and let God. And sometimes it has claw marks in it. Because even ministers have to hold on to things really tight. Even though I know with all my heart and all my soul that I can trust God with my life and everything that is in it, I still have that, but let me control this. And God goes, okay, see how it works for you. We'll see how that goes. And when I get to that point in my life where I surrender, where I just say, okay, I'm done, you can have it, then God goes, it's about time. I've been waiting for you. And what we call miracles happen. Things start moving in our lives, and we go, whoa, wait a minute. How did all this start going on? It's because you gave up, because you put your trust not only in God, but in yourself. And that's what it is. It's moving into that beautiful place of love that God is waiting for. God is saying, yes. As he said to Jesus, who was bathing in the waters, you are my beloved Son, the one in whom I am well pleased. That goes for all of us, whether we're male, female, dog, cat, bird, fish. We're all created from God, from source, from love. Because that's all we can be, is love. So when we are loved, we are part of this great unification source that is put together. It cannot be undone. The only thing that separates us is ourselves from our God, our love. We separate ourselves from love. We believe in duality. We believe sometimes in what I call the guy in the sky. Whereas when we have things that are not going quite right, a little wonky in our lives, we go, so God, there's this thing that's going on in my life. Hello? Hello? I guess he's not listening. I guess God's not listening because obviously nothing in my life is going on that's going well. But what would it look like for each and every one of you, instead of saying, hey, guy in the sky, you bring it on down right into here? and you say, you know what? I know that there is that one life, that one source, that one love that I completely feel right here.
Yes.
Right here. And that life that I feel is God. It's God's life. Which, ding, 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 is my life too. And as I move and breathe and have my being in this beautiful human experience, as that's what we call, because when we start funneling down what we really are, we are soul. We are soul. So what does that mean for all of you? You're amazing. When you decided to come into this human experience, you are already whole, perfect, and complete. That's what we say. You are complete. You are whole. You are love. So what happens is you have this thing, or this, you're encased in flesh. And you know why we have that? So that we can do good works in the world. So that we can carry out whatever we need to carry out with our relationship with one another. And that too is love. And that too is God. Because everything is generated from God. You know, when we look at the bigger picture of all of this that has been created, let's go outside the globe. Not outside the box, but let's go outside the globe, the earth. And imagine looking into a deep, dark space. And there's stars, and there's other planets, and there's other things just kind of lurking around. What is that? We're thinking beyond the beyond. We don't know how deep space is, but yet we can only imagine how deep God's love is for us. So when we look at our soul and we look at God, God created everything. God created beyond the globe. God created the stars and the black holes, which sometimes we don't like to fall into. But God created every single thing. You know, to think that we are here just on this globe by ourselves, just doing whatever we're doing, is a very egocentric world. It's not about us, guys. It's about us. We're all unified. We're all part of each other. Yes, we all may share different DNA, but that's just a technicality. We're really part of the same molecules. We all have the same living organisms within each of us. We are that which created us. We are love. You know, it's funny, for a while there on the marquee I had, it said, how could we be born of sin when we were created in love?
Yes.
Right? And you all know my acronym for sin is just self-inflicted nonsense. So what we look about that is sin is also an archery term, which means a mistake. So how many of us have made a mistake? There we go, right? So we're all on equal footing. And so what happens is, how do we feel not bad about making the mistakes in our life? Because what happens then is we get to make story. We get to write volumes and volumes and volumes of why everything is wrong with us, and why we don't get to deserve this, and why God is over here and not here. We like to write those chapters that say, I'm not good enough. God's hand isn't upon my life. Oh, heck yes it is. It is. God is with you each and every part of your day. And when we talk about sin in science of mind, and I do say self-inflicted nonsense because it is a mistake, and the first thing you need to do, or I would want to say need. Ooh, I hate that word. But it's because need, when you use the word need, it means lack. Do we lack anything? No. Because God has already given us everything that we require require to live a full and loving life. It's man that decides to separate itself from those thoughts of being able to do and see and be and experience amazing things. You know, Jesus was one of our master teachers, and it was called Jesus the Christ. And the reason why I like to call him the Christ is because he was the Christ. Christ was not his last name. He was anointed, he was a rabbi, he was a teacher. So he wasn't Jesus the Christ. He was from the house of David. So if you really think about it, it was probably Jesus David. But you know, that just doesn't sound right. We think about it. So, you know, it's all about promo. So his PR people obviously thought, no, the Christ sounds pretty good. So they're just going to write it into the Bible. But aside from that, you know, Jesus was one of our master teachers, and so was, you know, the Buddha, and Allah, and Siddhartha, who was, you know, all and many, 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 many more. And I know because you all come with that person, or that entity of what you believe. And so what we know is there are many gods, but one knows that there's one mind. That mind is one God, one love. And isn't it amazing how we can all have different sacred texts and we can all be in alignment with one God? And yes, I know we all have that interpretation of, you know, what God is and what it means, but it's still love. When it all is a common denominator, it's still love. So Jesus, what he came, or as people like to say, he came here, well, he was created in this life for all of us to know, and for him to teach. That was his thing, is he was to teach each and every one of us our relationship with God. It wasn't about us, though some of us do think that. You know, his whole entire time with us was parables, a teaching moment. He was trying to teach us and show us a moral compass. And at the same time, he was also saying, okay guys, time to wake up, because this now is your time to be with God. Yeah, I know God. No. You truly don't know God, because God is you. God is part of you. And yes, I keep having the same thread throughout this whole time with you, but it's so important to know that you are each part of all that has been created, and you know that when you create something, God creates something, and when that creates something, it creates something. And you know how I can prove it to you? Right here. That is what God does. And so whatever your interpretation or whatever your religious